What's up? This is my mock showcase of a Dreadnought from Warhammer 40k. Preliminarily, it is all in minifigure scale, as always. So we'll go ahead and do scaling first and get to functionality and basic build. Here it is next to a regular Lego fig. Look how excited he is to be here. And moving on to an Astartes. There we are, not so excited to be here. In any case, moving to basic functionality and everything else about this. So functionality is going to be somewhat limited. We have the cannon and the arm. With the cannon, this is a dual las cannon, or laser cannon, I suppose, which it's on a ball and socket joint, so it should be able to move a bit up and down, but not too much movement there. On the other side, for the claw, we have the same sort of ball and socket joint connection. I have not moved this in so long, so it's really brittle right now. But there we are. So that all does move, and then the arm also moves. It has one of these sorts of joints clipped into the arm, and then we got some like axle details and stuff like that. We got the claw, which does not rotate, but it does have that like hole in the middle where sometimes there's like a flamethrower or something there. And then the fingers all independently move. Then we have a heavy bolter on the bottom with the magazine down here, or I guess we have a chain magazine, so the ammunition would be stored somewhere up here on the back of the arm, but heavy bolter, so that's nice. On the front, this skull piece is from the old Kingdom series, and then for the visor sort of area, I guess where the visual sensors are, I just have a black plate. This is all built with a very odd little technique that I'll show later. But then we got some basic wings. This detailing can all be switched out for whatever you want to do for whatever type. Different legions have different sorts of styles and things. For the legs, I started with a Hero Factory connection actually. So this is all a ball and socket joint basically. That's connected to one of these Technic bricks, and then another ball and socket joint with some of these. I got all of these that I needed from Harry Potter books, the Lego books that form to the classrooms, which is a super easy way to get it all into this, sort of proportions and angles without having to have super extravagant, weird pieces that are hard to hook up that Technic to, or the ball and socket joint, I should say. Armor plating is all pretty standard. Stuff up here is really weird as far as building technique, but I'll get to that later. Basic detailing on the back, got some of these pipes. On a lot of Chaos Dreadnoughts, you'll have a lot of smoke and stuff coming from those if you want to do that, if you're on the Chaos side of things. Heretic. In any case, getting to some of the how I built it and all that. Take off the arm. It's a mess, but I did my best to get all the angles and shapes in there. There we are on the inside. Sorry, that delaminated a little bit. But this top section is formed with these little hinging bricks right there. So it's the 2x2 connected to a 2x2 that hinges there basically. And it's all connected to this top piece here, which is connected to there. And then this is all on a hinge based on the inner structure as well. So this can also move a little bit, but not too much, which is good. And then the cockpit area is super weird. So there's the inside. And then this, I'll fix that later, is very odd. So basically, I have a 2x2 with a hole in the middle, round tile, and then I have the shield mounted on that. Now this you can only do with that type of shield piece. This works with the standard knight shield as well, if you want to add one of those, which I would recommend because there's a lot of shields and stuff on Imperium stuff, like Space Marines have it on their pauldrons, Imperial Knights, all sorts of stuff, and Titans, all sorts of Titans. Basically just clip, jumper plate, and then I got one of these to cover up the top. It's not completely tiled off on that top piece, but it does the job pretty well, and you usually just see it from the front, and it looks very smoothed out from there. The bottom is all going to be different sorts of, we got some snot, and then another two of these, same type of joint I used on the arm. So that all just says back in. This is on the, this mid hole, not one of the four main sections. And that is how I held that in place properly. And then moving to some of the other regions of the walker, the dreadnoughts. This is all pretty standard and basic. If you just take this off, you can see the Technic connections there. And I believe this is also to get the spacing right. So jumper plate connects to that middle stud, not one of the normal ones. And then if we want to rip the entire thing apart, there's a whole new ordeal, but this is not a building video, so I'll go ahead and end it off here. I really can't tell you how to make an Imperial Dreadnought because there's so many different variations. Even the arms that I have on there are only options. There are tons of different ways that you can build those and different types of weapons that can be installed. If I do that in the future, I'll either make a separate video on or a short on other sorts of arrangements and weapons that I make on this, but this is only really just say what I did, and if you want to make one of these for yourself, then a lot of it is up to you. So with that, comment below if you want to see other sorts of weapon combinations on this, or just other stuff that you want to see me build from Warhammer 40k or otherwise. Warhammer 40k is just really vast and really easy to build things from because there's so much stuff to build. So in any case, that is what I will be leaving you with, and have a wonderful day and keep on building.